Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between green hills and sparkling streams, there lived a gentle old woman named Eleanor. Known for her warmth and kindness, she was the heart of the village. Everyone knew that if they needed a helping hand or a listening ear, they could find comfort in her cozy cottage, filled with the aroma of freshly baked bread and the soft glow of candlelight. Eleanor had a special gift that was no secret to the villagers. She could weave stories from the simple, everyday lives around her. With every tale she told, she transported her listeners to far-off lands or magical adventures, unfurling a tapestry of laughter, tears, and poignant lessons. But perhaps her most remarkable ability was to bring people together, especially on chilly winter evenings when the nights seemed too long and the world outside felt a little too cold. One particularly frosty evening, Eleanor decided to host a gathering for families in the village. She sent out handmade invitations decorated with delicate snowflakes, eager to rekindle a sense of community during the long winter months. As the invites spread, anticipation grew. Everyone was excited to share in the warmth of Eleanor's home. On the night of the event, the air was filled with laughter and the delightful sounds of families reuniting. Children swirled around the room, their cheeks rosy from the cold, while parents exchanged stories of their year, both the joys and the challenges. Eleanor welcomed everyone with her signature smile, offering steaming cups of cocoa and trays of her famous pastries. As the night deepened, Eleanor invited everyone to gather around the fireplace. She ignited the flames, casting a soft, dancing light across the room. With a gentle clearing of her throat, she began her favorite story about two best friends, an inseparable bear named Benny and a timid little rabbit named Ruby. As she narrated how the bear learned to protect the rabbit from a fierce storm, while the rabbit encouraged the bear to brave new heights, the room was filled with gasps and giggles. Eleanor's voice, warm and melodious, painted a vivid picture of friendship, courage, and the beauty of relying on one another. The children listened wide-eyed, while the adults reminisced about their own friendships, pondering the connections they held dear. With each twist and turn in the tale, the listeners felt their hearts swell with affection, and laughter bubbled up like fresh spring water. But then, Eleanor introduced a moment of sadness. In her story, Benny the bear faced a moment of doubt. He thought he was too big and clumsy to navigate a narrow path that Ruby needed to get home. The tension in the room grew palpable, and a hush fell over the crowd. Would Benny overcome his insecurity to help his friend? Just as the listeners were holding their breaths, Eleanor continued, her voice steady and encouraging. Benny closed his eyes, visualizing Ruby's brave little face and the way she always believed in him. With newfound determination, he squeezed through the narrow passage, showing that true friendship sometimes requires taking a leap into vulnerability and into the unknown. Cheers erupted when Benny finally found Ruby waiting for him on the other side. The villagers snuggled closer to the warmth of the fire, their hearts swelling with triumph and relief. With laughter and relieved sighs, they recognized the truth within Eleanor's tale. We are all a little timid and uncertain at times, but with the support of those we love, we can navigate even the trickiest of paths. As Eleanor wrapped up her story, the room buzzed with warmth and connection, each heart beating a little faster, their nerves stimulated by the wave of emotions in the air. The children laughed, the adults exchanged knowing glances, and even the oldest villagers felt the joy of rediscovered bonds. That night, as people left Eleanor's cottage, the winds howled softly outside, but inside, every soul carried a little flicker of light, a reminder of the warmth they found through connection and storytelling. They would return to their homes enriched not only by Eleanor's pastries, but by the bond of community, the understanding that love, friendship, and shared stories could turn even the coldest of nights into the coziest of memories. And so, Eleanor continued to weave her tales, stitching together the threads of their lives, ensuring that every heart in that small village felt seen, heard, and cherished.